Hi Libra, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for mid-November. It is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't happen to resonate, guys, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your current energy, the near future, and then take a peek into what's going on or what Spirit wants you to focus on the next 3 to 6 months. And then we'll pull those cards and get into your person's energy and your energy. So if you're returning, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I do personal readings and am available for those if you'd like. The information's in the description box below or it's in my About section. All right, guys, let's see what's going on for you mid-month. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands in the current energy, which is great. She's very confident. And then we have the Emperor. She could be dealing with somebody who lacks confidence themselves. Oh, wow. Okay. This is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. You've got the Queen of Wands in the upright, the Emperor in reverse, and then the King of Wands as well. Now, if I was to put those two cards together and pick them up the way I normally do, which I will, the Queen and King are facing each other. So this is going to be an interesting reading. Sorry, there's kittens. If you hear all that nice loud... If I don't open the door, they will meow and scratch. Okay, so your near future is the Four of Swords in reverse, and then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. Now, the next 3 to 6, what they want you to focus on, there's something around your money, and we'll see what's going on there. It's in reverse, and then we have Judgment in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse. The overall energy is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be your energy, but... yeah, it's about a lack of movement. So although there may be the inspiration, or there was the inspiration at some point, I feel like something's at a complete standstill. Now, for some of you, this could just be that you don't want to make any real moves right now. You want to make sure that you have things together in your financial situation, or you want to make sure that you're following the right passions. Now, that's going to be possibly about a work situation. But let's get into the current energy, because there's something interesting going on here with you and another person. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Emperor in reverse, and the King of Wands. The first initial feeling was that there's a battle for control, or there's a sense of each person doesn't feel supported by the other, even though they're facing each other, and it's like they have such a dynamic connection. There's something that creates this sense of, I just want to say there's like a power dynamic here. With the Emperor in reverse, it's someone who doesn't feel really in control of their circumstances. It could feel like one person is looking at the other like, I feel disempowered by you. Or men, sometimes you can feel like a woman can be emasculating, right? There are times when things can get really heated or overly passionate, and sometimes we take digs. So it could just be that. It could be a little bit of fighting going on between you and somebody else. But the thing I will say is that there's two people who have a magnetic connection that is undeniable. So whether you're in this connection right now or not, there's something going on here that needs to be worked through. And I feel like this is a spiritual connection that needs to be worked through. There's always this desire. It's like a part of them supports each other, the other part of them argue. It's a really crazy dynamic. You're going to know what I'm talking about if you feel this way with a person. Okay. Now, in the near future, we have the Four of Swords in reverse with the King of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Page of Pentacles. So there's something that I feel like you had to give up on that you thought was going to create some kind of stability for you, and maybe it just didn't. And now you've got to shift your perspective. You've got to change and come out of this place of constantly being in your head about what you thought things should look like. The King of Pentacles in the upright usually is very stable. When he's in reverse, it's almost like there needs to be a shift in perspective. You could have been going about things from maybe an old conditioned way of thinking, and now it's got to change. And that's what I feel like. It's like that's being turned upside down. Whatever you thought was the way things should be is no longer the way things are going to be. Astrologically speaking, spiritually speaking, things are shifting, and it could be hard for you to grasp onto the idea that things are changing in a way that kind of makes you uncomfortable, especially if you're a little bit older. For those of the younger groups that may be watching this, for you guys, your parents may still have been a little bit traditional, and you've just broken completely free of any kind of chains when it comes to them, and have decided with the Page of Pentacles, no, this is going to be my way. Like, this is how I'm going to do things from this point on. Like, I don't need to constantly have people in my brain space telling me how to think. That could also be what you're dealing with a partner, where they're constantly in your head about the way things let me reword that, the way they think things should be. And they could be constantly on your ass about, hey, it needs to look like this, or it needs to look like that, or somebody else is that way as well. Just people in your life could be constantly telling you what it is that they think you need to be doing. Libras know themselves well. So in this case, I'd say just try to ignore the chatter and go about things in a way that make you feel right. So this could be a very, very new beginning for you. You could have just decided to release a lot of things in your life, including people who didn't support you. And you've gotten out of your head and into this new energy, which is a fresh new energy. That's what pages are about. These are opportunities. This is like, okay, here, this is what I have to offer. So I want to start at this place. And that's at the beginning, not somewhere where things didn't work out already, old ways of thinking, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, we'll clarify that in just a moment. Now, in the next 3 to 6 months, the Ten of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Two of Swords. So they're saying just make really good decisions about where you put your money at this point, because overspending is not going to be a good idea. And they want to make sure that you understand that every choice that you make is going to affect the future. So the Two of Swords being in reverse means you don't have a tough time making a decision, but Judgment being right beside it, it's like Spirit's trying to give you the information that you need about your financial situation, and they really want you to open your ears and listen. Because as much as you pray about wanting things to be possibly different, or you're doing your manifesting, your meditation, whatever it is around your finances, because it feels very strongly that's what it's about, this is saying, listen, because you're going to get the information that you need. You'll hear numbers, you'll hear thoughts in your mind that you think are yours, and they're actually your guides trying to guide you and saying, hey, this is the next move, put something here, pull this from here. All of that information feels like it's going to be coming to you, and it's not going to have you in a place where you're constantly going back and forth or feeling clouded, like you don't know how to make a decision about what to do next. So in the next 3 to 6, try to be as open as you possibly can, because there's going to be a lot of information coming in for you about getting started, whatever this new beginning is for you. It could be different for all. It just feels like they're going to direct you in how to spend money, invest money, things like that are going to be really important for securing the future. Yes, we're in a stage now where a lot of people's lives have been purposely, universally speaking, I know that's hard to hear, have been broken down so that they can start fresh, so they can start from this new place and build it on solid ground. Most things that were built prior to this, not all, but most things were not built on solid ground. So there had to be a shift for a lot of people, especially really spiritual people, because we had to start from a whole different place in order to build into helping other people. Okay, that's for some of you, because some of you could be spiritual teachers or healers and things like that, and you know that other people don't quite see things in the way that you do because you've had a different experience. All right. Let's see what's going on with this Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Battle of Wills, the Tower. Okay. So something drastic has either happened, doesn't have to be negative, but it feels like something has really shifted and changed in this relationship. I think there needs to be, how do I explain this? I just keep wanting to say there's a battle of the wills with this person, whoever this is for you, whether it's somebody in your life now, somebody from your past, I don't know who. It could be a Scorpio. You could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sag. We have some Earth here too. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Whatever it is that's going on with this person, I feel like there's a constant battle of control. So something's going to change. And I don't know who's not going to like it. We'll see. It's either going to be you or them. Yeah, there needs to be a decision that's made. So if you're having difficulty with someone, a partner right now, things are about to really shift and change. And somebody's going to be in a position where they feel really stuck, like they don't want to make a decision. Whether this is about being together or you're fighting about something else, It doesn't matter. Whatever that energy is, something's about to shift and change drastically. So, and one of you might be a little bit stubborn about it. All right, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Four of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So both the King and Queen are in reverse. So that can be from the masculine and feminine energies and how you feel about the positions of those two people within a relationship. That could be what you've believed in. I think this is a lot about losing old traditional patterns and looking at things from a completely different perspective. With both of them in reverse, you may be shutting down any idea of what it's supposed to be for the masculine and the feminine. We just don't live the way that we used to. And I think that's it. The Four of Swords is like you're getting out of your head about it and allowing whatever those things were that you held on to, possibly in the past, just to be released from your life. Now, there could also be a child for some of you that is just getting started, may have just recently gotten a new job. Congratulations if you have one that's doing that, or is now doing well financially, and you could be just feeling really proud of that child. Let's see. The King of Pentacles in reverse with the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Devil in reverse. So I like this because it's releasing of energies that just don't work anymore. It doesn't have to necessarily be toxic, but then again, you know, the old system was a little bit toxic. There wasn't a lot of fairness in, I'm not going to put my opinions in this, but we do have masculine and feminine energies where things are shifting. We know that. We know that there's more of a balance between the men and women of our country, and I think that's part of what's releasing from a lot of people's minds. Now, this for you could just be something that you thought you were really passionate about in the past that maybe seemed very traditional and you're releasing it. But something new is definitely coming in. I see a lot of movement within this situation and this situation. So it's about thought processes, relationships, and things just shifting and changing altogether. All right, so the next 3 to 6 months, we have the 10 of Pentacles with Judgment in reverse. Perfect. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Because as soon as you release any idea of how things should look, how your money should come in, and you allow the universe to bring you the things, the path, in other words, the guidance, and you listen for the things that you've prayed for and try not to maybe hold on too tight to the way you think it should be, that's when the fortune comes in. That's when things open up and you see how easy it is to kind of just go with the flow. It's really great energy. And then Death in reverse. So as this starts to happen, you've got the Tower, you've got a lot of Scorpio energy. Death in reverse just means that you're starting to go through a shift and you are completely protected while you go through this. If you have any questions about, hold on, I'm trying to get what they're trying to say. This is like you really believing. You probably have been through a lot of us have, and I feel like in this case, it's like at times you may have lost faith that things could shift and change, but this is really saying hold on tight because it's about to shift and they're trying to give you all of that energy to pick back up and have faith that yes, good things are definitely coming for you. They will turn around. It is perception. It's also just part of your path where you're releasing things that don't work anymore and kind of going with the flow. I think there's somebody who gives you a run for your money over here, but other than that, you're starting to really shift and change around believing that things can come towards you and listening to the guidance that you're being given. And that's when things really do start to balance out in your life, and this big, massive cycle that you've been going through that's probably been beating you up for a bit is about to change. All right, I'm going to clear this, and we will get into the person on your mind. If it is a love interest, yes, it's about love. So this would be a love interest that you have. All right, somebody who's possibly got you up in your head because the Four of Swords turned around when I put it down on the deck. All right, let's look and see. This is for Libra. All right, so your person's energy is the Three of Swords, healing from some things. They're going through a big shift and change. Again, Scorpio energy. We got Three of Wands in reverse, and there's that. Okay, so before we had the Tower and the Emperor in reverse, now we've got the Death card. Both very strong Scorpio energies. but there's something really changing about this person. I just don't feel like they're really sure about their path. I think they've had to heal from a lot of heartbreak, probably a lot of pain in their life, maybe childhood wounds, things like that are popping up. Your energy is the Ace of Wands, the Hangman in reverse, which is great. Six of Cups, okay. See, you found balance, and you're not in a place where you want to sit still. The Two of Swords, so the energy could feel very stuck, or like somebody's having trouble making a decision. I think it's probably your person, because I think you're leaving your options open in a sense, not saying that you want to do anything. If you're with them and you're curious what's going to happen, what's going on, I do feel like for you there's balance. For this person, they're trying to get past something that really hurt them. And it's not necessarily you. I think they're putting it behind them. So their back is turned, and this is all about shifting and changing. So you could be at different places in your journey, or you just feel like, okay, we're in different places in our life. This person's going through a lot of changes, and the Three of Wands in reverse just says they're getting impatient, right? They're not actually in their own self-worth. They're not in their power. If the Emperor was in the upright, I'd say they know who they are, but right now they could be feeling a little bit broken down because they're trying to work through some stuff that you may not even understand. I just don't think this is personal. They may at times project their shit onto you, but in this case, I'm just going to say they're going through a lot of healing, or at least trying to. Now, your energy is the Ace of Wands with the Hangman in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Seven of Cups. Six of Cups in reverse is good. That to me says that you're not really accepting anything from the past that didn't feel right, didn't work out, so that's a good sign. The Ace of Wands says you're all about a passionate new beginning. This is being really fired up and excited and not feeling stuck, which is great. And then the Seven of Cups comes along. And to you, yes, there's a lot of different things out there. But I feel like when you focus on one person, that's where your energy is. So if the Six of Cups is in reverse and you don't feel like, if a part of you feels like you have to put the past behind you, there's also a part of you that looks at this like, there's so many different options out there. What do I do? I don't know where that came from, but some of you are indecisive at this point, even though you want a really passionate new beginning. Maybe there's somebody from your past that you thought about, but you hadn't moved towards, and you're just not 100% sure if that person is still interested. I'm not sure. This to me feels like more of balance, like finding balance within yourself, and then just feeling free and open and not feeling constricted. So you may have walked away from something just recently in your past, and maybe there's someone else that you could be interested in, and you just want a fresh new beginning with that person, but that person seems to be healing. So take what resonates for you. There's a lot of info there. All right. Let's see with the romance angels. What's going on for Libra, please? So we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. That could be for you or your person, but we've been talking a lot about your finances. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And then we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. You may already obviously know that. You deserve love. Yes. That's kind of an obvious card. It comes out often, but sometimes people really need to hear it because you do. So yes, staying positive. We're not all 100% positive all the time, but do the best that you can. And really what I want to say about that is to focus mostly on what really makes you happy. Don't think about the other person if you're involved. You've got to think about what truly feels right for you. Because until we accept that and we stand up for that, it can be difficult because people will trigger us, bring up things that we don't want to deal with, or they have little idiosyncrasies that we figure out aren't going to work for us long term. Things like that really matter. So you got to focus on what really makes you happy first. Finances and career, we already talked about that. You could have people in your life, or maybe at times you feel kind of like, I'm not really picking up on a lot of alcohol or drug addiction. I'm just picking up on people who really like to have a partner, don't really want to be alone. And then chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. I believe that is the case. All right, so let's get the Lover's Oracle. This is for Libra. I feel like I need to, yeah, there we go. All right, it says, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. At times when people irritate us, it can be that we actually do the same thing. It doesn't mean if somebody is abusive, I've repeated this several times in readings, that that's who you are. Sometimes they have really bad qualities that have nothing to do with you. And then we have criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So there's a lot about a bit of conflict, and I feel like that's what I was bringing up. If there's things that just don't seem to be sitting well with you, that's a big question. Now, this is going to tell you need space. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. All right, so there's something that needs to be worked on here. It's whatever it is. This is a really fiery, passionate connection. All right, let's get a couple of cards from the Oracle to close this out. This is for Libra. Okay. Now that's in reverse, but we have mending. I don't take reversals with this. That's a 7. And they have me look at the bottom of the deck, so I'm going to take this. Exchanging gifts. This is a 9. So both are 7s, both have 7s. And I'm going to say there's a lot of shifting and changing. Yeah, something's going on here. I think you really want to just see things get moving. A part of you may be a little bit impatient and tired of going through this same type of thing. It feels like a cycle that Spirit's been trying to get you to close out. Looking at things from a different perspective, something new is happening for you. So the old is trying to break away. Whatever didn't work or wasn't working, I feel like needs to break away so that you can move into this new direction. Because there is something I feel you are passionate about. And whether it be that you need to change partners or find somebody new or just work on yourself, whatever it is, it's like something needs to get moving. Now, some of you, yes, there could be some mending that needs to be done within a relationship that you feel is worth fighting for. Exchanging gifts. To me, this could be that you're sharing. Exchanging gifts can just be opening up with each other about what is going to make you happy. Your partner needs to know if they love you, they're always going to support you. And the same goes. I'd hope you'd be open to them as well. And then between worlds. This is where I do feel you are. It could have changed from last week to this week. And all of a sudden, something hit. Maybe the portal hit. And you feel like, okay, maybe I didn't release as much as I needed to from the past, and now more stuff is getting scraped away. Because what's coming, and it's funny because that green does remind me of Aquarian energy. The age of Aquarius that we're moving into is going to be a much lighter, much different age than what we were in, the age of Pisces that we were in. And then Treasure Island is also a 9. So there's a lot of completions happening for you within this period of time. It could be for the next 4 to 6 weeks that you feel this, or even through to the end of the year. But I'm going to say what you have on the other side of that is such good stuff. We always do. And there's little bits of good that come with it. Do we all still have dreams and things we want to strive for? We wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't continue to have the will to live if there wasn't something we were always striving for. Yes, we'd all love to have comfortable lives and be able to do what we want. But I think you need purpose in your life. And this is saying that there will be some kind of reward at the end of doing all of this really hard work that you've been doing recently. All right, guys, those were your messages. Thank you so, so much for being here. And thank you again for all of your support, your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. If you'd like the personal reading, that's in the description box below the video or in my About section. I love you all to pieces. Have a wonderful mid-month, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.